Hello guys, this is Doron's Movies, and today I'll be talking about the Worgen and how powerful they are, covering their creation, history, characteristics, and culture. So without further ado, let's get into the lore. After the War of the Ancients, a war broke out between the Night Elves and the Satyr. To combat the threat, a group of druids practiced an extremely potent but unstable form that embodied the fury of the wolf ancient Goldrin. Even though very powerful, many of them lost their minds, so to counter this, they submitted their energies to the sight of a loon. However, instead of controlling their fury, it transformed them into bestial humanoids enslaved by their primal instincts. They became a serious threat as they tore through both friend and foe. The form was banned, and Malfurion, the leader of their people, in order to stop their spread, banished the Worgen inside the Emerald Dream, where they would slumber for millennia. Many years later, curious individuals would start investigating this ancient legend. In particular, a mage named from Dalaran did a lot of research on them, but never actually summoned the Worgen. Archmage Arugel, on the other hand, decided to use his research to create an army of these mysterious creatures in order to fight the Scourge after the terrible destruction of Dalaran. With Gan Greymane's blessing, the Worgen were finally released from their prison. They ravaged through the Scourge army, but it wasn't long until they turned on the mages and started infecting the human population of the then secluded Gilneas. Citizens began to turn into ravenous feral creatures and started spreading more and more. Everything culminated with the Cataclysm when the world was shattered. Gilnean Vol fell apart, undead invaded, and we all realized how bad the Worgen curse really got inside the kingdom. The Gilneans rejoined the alliance, and the Night Elves helped the humans control the Worgen curse, allowing them to retain their sanity. They were offered a refuge in Darnassus as they swore to return their now fallen kingdom. Today, the Worgen are a crucial part of the faction and one of the most loyal members, with Gan Greymane essentially being the right hand of Anduin Vryn. Now, as Darnassus was destroyed, they are focused on fighting the Horde and taking back control of their lands. So, with this very brief history, how powerful are the Worgen and what are their characteristics? Covering the Gilneas Worgen, they are originally regular humans that possess the ability to turn into Worgen, significantly boosting their capabilities. On average, they are around 8 feet tall or around 240 centimeters, with the males and females being very similar in height, with the only difference being a hunch. They are wolf-like, as technically it was a druid form embodying a wolf ancient Goldrin. They are hairy, possess long snouts and pointed ears. The main difference between the Worgen and wolves is the fact that they walk on 2 legs and can use their paws as arms with their very long and sharp claws. Worgen are muscular and extremely agile and fast. They also have their senses seriously strengthened, being able to see, hear and smell better, allowing them to easily track their enemies. They possess the ability to shift into running form, outrunning pretty much every other available race as if they're mounted. Another useful ability is the resistance to undeath, which was very useful in the battle against Sylvanas. However, more powerful necromancers like the Lich King were able to raise Worgen into undeath. Technically, the Worgen are not really a race, but instead they're Gilneans that were cursed with the Worgen form, at least when talking about the playable race. Despite being called a curse due to its negative aspects, such as losing their mind, it is at the same time an extremely powerful enhancement. Still, they are humans, particularly Gilneans, so their culture, fate and history follows the history of the humans in the Gilnean kingdom. Nonetheless, there were some changes in the recent history that made the Worgen more unique. In particular, they turned to Druidism, which had some root in ancient human history, but with the assistance of the Night Elves, they expanded it a lot. Gilneans went through much, fought in the Orcish Wars, were isolated, had civil wars, the war against the Forsaken, and now once again a war against the Horde. So they have definitely lost a lot of numbers, but the Worgen form makes up for it. It essentially turns them into very elite human warriors, significantly multiplying their power. Weaponry, machinery, and everything else is very similar to the other human kingdoms, even mounts, as they mainly utilize horses. Nevertheless, the Worgen today have easily assimilated into the Alliance and are a key component of it despite their differences. The form significantly boosts their physical prowess, making them deadly warriors and hunters. With thousands of years of history, druidic heritage, human culture, and intelligence, the Worgen are a very powerful race. Alright, and that is all I have for this video. Do leave your suggestions below and don't forget to like and subscribe as it really helps out and keeps all the content going. Thanks a lot for taking the time out of the day to watch this video, and see you next time.